broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, I'm Tim Schneider, CEO and co-founder of Investors Community Bank. As board co-chair of New North, it's my pleasure to welcome you to kick off this series of virtual events, all leading up to the annual New North Summit on June 10th. We thank Caitlin Montag, a student at University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, for singing the national anthem. As part of New North's mission to develop, retain, and recruit talent, it is our honor to showcase individuals who call the New North region home. Throughout today's virtual event, you will witness the collaboration of New North stakeholders. Even though 2020 served up ample amount of challenges, we are incredibly proud of how the region responded. While we prioritized recovery efforts, New North was able to create the New Launch Alliance, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Belonging Task Force, and broadband assessments, along with many other initiatives you will learn about throughout these events or the events that follow.
Hi, I'm Vicki Updike, owner of New Sage Strategies. As a board co-chair of New North, I wish to relay my sincere gratitude for all of the support we've seen as the New North board and organization. Because of this, New North was able to execute on many strategic initiatives, such as the creation of the Talent Hub that assists stakeholders in navigating resources and initiatives to address the underserved, unemployed, and talent attraction efforts. We now have an innovative approach through Mission Wisconsin, New North Hires Heroes campaign, which enables increased visibility and employment opportunities for well-trained American heroes to call the New North home. As a key strategic partner of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, we value our relationship with Secretary and CEO Missy Hughes, and very quickly became part of the conversation and action for pandemic recovery. In our region alone, over $57 million in grants were executed to small businesses, cultural organizations, and support for out-of-school entities. Missy's strong and inclusive leadership brought many partners together to help our state's recovery. Please help me welcome WEDC Secretary and CEO Missy Hughes.
Hi, I'm Missy Hughes. I'm Secretary and CEO of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, and I want to welcome you to New North's pregame event. New North is an incredible partner for WEDC, and we have been able to team up and support New North in all of these amazing strategic initiatives that they're working on. I just want to give you a couple examples of things we've been able to work on with New North. In particular, New North's workforce initiative around developing skilled workers and making sure that we're meeting the needs of our businesses. The work that New North has done with Microsoft and Generator is an example of things that we can be doing all around the state to help Wisconsin thrive. And I just really appreciate the innovation and the willingness to jump off the cliff and try something that New North has really demonstrated during this time. In addition, New North has been a leader with our conversations around the state about diversity, equity, and inclusion, jumping in and bringing in speakers and doing thoughtful workshops with their board to make sure that everyone has an understanding of how difficult a challenge this is, but also how achievable it is that we can move the needle on this. We can make things happen. And the conversations that have happened with New North that I've been able to be a part of has just been inspirational about the idea that we need to make sure we're creating inclusive communities and that we're working really hard to change the dynamic and the systems that are in place in Wisconsin that have left a lot of communities and communities of color behind. Finally, New North has been an incredible partner in our work on standing up and creating the Office of Rural Prosperity at WEDC. The governor, in his State of the State address in 2020, back in January of 2020, created the Blue Ribbon Commission on Rural Prosperity and the Office of Rural Prosperity at WEDC. And New North has been instrumental in the work of the commission, but also the work of the office and getting that stood up and making sure that we have a one-stop shop for businesses and communities all around the state to assure that they have the opportunity to access the resources of the state government and make sure that we're doing all we can to support all of our communities around Wisconsin. So I just want to thank New North for being such an incredible partner, but also for being a model of economic development and for showing the rest of the state this is what we can do when we put our minds to it. And the opportunity that New North has to work with its community and all of those folks, all of you folks up in Green Bay and the surrounding areas who work so hard to make sure that you have a community that all of Wisconsin can be proud of and support, and also that we can all strive to be like. So thank you again. Good luck in your meetings. Thank you for attending, and I hope that we can all continue on this path together as partners. Thank you.
Greetings. I am Michelle Schuler, Manager of TechSpark Wisconsin at Microsoft. As incoming board co-chair of New North, I have the opportunity to work closely with Barb and team on many initiatives and discuss how we can leverage Microsoft's portfolio of products and services in Northeast Wisconsin. The partnership with New North builds on Microsoft's TechSpark program to foster economic growth. In June of 2020, Microsoft announced its Global Skilling Initiative that seeks to help 25 million people worldwide who have lost their jobs due to COVID-19 by learning new skills pertaining to jobs that are available in their communities. Here locally, New North partnered with Microsoft to quickly assemble a team with nationally ranked startup accelerator, Generator, which leveraged its proven accelerator playbook to provide intensive and personalized coaching, resume writing, and interview skills. Together, the New North created Generator Upskilling. These graduates were also matched for interviews with local and national employees ready to hire. The focus was on training people most affected by the pandemic and connecting them to employers across the region. 2 cohorts were launched with the training focused on customer service and sales, with 1 currently underway in IT administration. New North would like to thank Microsoft and American Family Insurance Foundation, along with Thrivent, for their financial support. As part of this training, we included LinkedIn Learning modules for diversity, inclusion, and belonging, in an effort to spread the knowledge and understanding to not only participants in the program, but the communities at large. You will learn more about this as well as Microsoft's work with industry alliances at New North's training camp on May 12th and at the in-person summit on June 10th. Here is a video that highlights Microsoft's engagement across the globe.
Hello, I'm Brad Smith, President of Microsoft. As a company, our mission is to help every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. As we face a global economic crisis due to COVID-19, this mission is more important today than ever. We have both an enormous opportunity and responsibility to ensure the technology we create helps address society's biggest challenges. To do this, we partner with customers, governments, nonprofits, and our employees around the world, striving first to learn more. And then we work to define a principled approach to guide our efforts. I hope you'll join us, because each of us must do more for all of us to achieve more. We're living in a changed world. Accelerated by COVID-19, advances in technology are dramatically reshaping how we live, work, and learn. And while there is great potential for technology to help address society's biggest issues, the pace of this change is also raising new challenges and amplifying existing inequities in our communities. Now more than ever, Microsoft recognizes its enormous responsibility and opportunity to ensure that the technology we create benefits everyone on the planet, as well as the planet itself. Around the world, we've needed to confront a historic public health and economic crisis, as we've all seen firsthand how a healthy economy depends on a healthy society. That's why at Microsoft we're so focused on empowering change makers who are tackling some of our biggest health and economic challenges. We need to ensure that everyone has access to the skills, the technology, and the opportunity to succeed in a changing world. That's why we're accelerating our work to close the skills gap and the broadband gap, and to advance accessibility and inclusion. Recent events have also brought into sharp focus long-standing injustice in our communities and the urgent need to protect fundamental rights. We're taking steps to address systemic racial injustice and inequity, both within our own walls and in our communities. But we can't stop there. Democracy itself is under attack. We can and we must defend democracy around the world by securing elections, protecting campaigns, and combating disinformation. Addressing the climate crisis is the defining issue of our generation. We've outlined bold goals and detailed plans to be carbon negative, zero waste, and water positive by 2030. And we're building a planetary computer to help manage Earth's natural systems. And while our own steps are important, our most critical contribution is and always will come from helping customers, partners, and governments around the world use technology to achieve their climate goals. Finally, we recognize that without trust, progress is not possible. That's why every day we strive to earn the trust of our employees, our customers, the communities we serve, and the governments that represent them. Now is the time for urgent action. Those of us that can do more should do more. But the challenges we face are complex, and no one company, industry, or country can solve them alone. Together, we can reimagine a better future.
I've also been involved in the New North Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Task Force, which has identified areas of action in K-12, young professionals, entrepreneurs and small business, corporations, and the community, with the goal of the New North being the catalyst for regional prosperity for all through collaborative action. We know our next presenter, Mark Murphy, President and CEO of the Green Bay Packers, has exhibited exceptional leadership to address entrepreneurship through Titletown Tech and racial inequity, such as the newly launched Equity League with the Brewers, Bucks, and Microsoft, along with their creation of the Green Bay Packer Mentor Protege Program. We have a short video on this program, narrated by Anna Steinfest.
In late September of 1918, the Spanish influenza struck the world and had the most profound impact on our nation. It impacted millions of lives, including the life of the young Earl Louis Lambeau, known as Curly Lambeau. He left a successful Notre Dame football career to return to his home in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where he found work as a shipping clerk at the Indian Packing Company for $250 a month. Flu and pneumonia outbreaks continued through 1919 and into 1920. But that is when everything started for Lambeau and George Calhoun. These friends decided to continue their dream, to do what they had been doing on their own terms before the world changed. They wanted to own their future. So they raised $500, bought 25 jerseys, borrowed a name from a local meat packing company, and created a franchise football team that would last over 10 decades. They believed that their tiny town had the talent, the people, and the passion to compete with the best that anywhere else had to offer. A little over 100 years later, history repeats itself, and here we are, stuck again in the midst of a pandemic, where many small businesses are battling global virus issues. Today, businesses must take the same decisions as Lambeau to adapt with full determination to continue their dream, to do what they had been doing on their own terms before the world changed so abruptly. 100 years later, it's the same belief which inspires our mentorship program. Green Bay continues to generate some of the best talent, the most creative innovation, and the strongest will to overcome impossible odds. The unparalleled 1919-based belief that there is no safer or surer bet than investing in ourselves. Mentor Protege program has now guided 96 proteges, directed the creation of 366 new jobs, and generated an annual revenue increase of more than $78.4 million. That's not a charity that depends on goodwill. That's not a donation that can come and go. That is a permanent investment in the talent and the people and the passion of this community. And that's really what this is all about. Lombardi believed that leaders were made, not born. At the foundation of the Green Bay Packers Mentor Protege program is a goal to construct a strong foundation for the next generation of leaders with a deep connection to people and the values that were worth taking a bet on in 1919 and are just as worthwhile betting on today. These same values impacted those $500 and 25 jerseys in 1919 and developed it into one of the most inspiring, long-lasting legacies in the league and in the entire country. So a toast to a team coming together to accomplish 100 years of impossible dreams, and to a community coming together to accomplish 100 more.
Well, thanks for the introduction, Michelle. Just want to, on behalf of the Packers, say how pleased we are to be able to support the great work of New North in our region, particularly during these trying circumstances. So many of us and so many of our businesses are really experiencing challenges, and I know New North is doing so much to help people. You know, with our founding of the Packers, as a result of football entrepreneurs Curly Lambeau and George Calhoun, Packers are excited to be able to support entrepreneurs of today through the many initiatives that we have in our community now, including the new Launch Alliance, which helps prepare founders who may find success in area programs, including potentially a spot in our own Titletown Tech. And we're also very excited about the Packers Mentor Protege program, which provides excellent mentors for growing businesses. We're also very excited about Title Helm Tech. It's our partnership with Microsoft. And I tell you, it's really been exciting to see the impact that's had in this community. I think it may be one among the most impactful things that the Packers ever do. And we've really had a lot of great successes. We're continuing to build and fund early stage, high growth businesses, really focusing on 5 different areas. And we're creating solutions, building startups, and investing in entrepreneurs in those 5 different verticals: sports, media, and entertainment, digital health, agriculture, water and environment, manufacturing and construction tech, and lastly, supply chain technology. We've had some great successes already, and we're really excited about the future. We're also very pleased with New North's efforts to address racial inequalities through region-wide strategies that align with some of the things that the Packers have been doing on our own. These different New North efforts include development of seed accelerators for entrepreneurs of color, scaling affinity groups with smaller employers, developing training sessions for minority business certifications for increased access to federal and state contracts, increasing mentorship for first-generation students of color, corporate best practice sharing, community increased knowledge and understanding. In closing, we're really excited about the future, both with what we're developing in Titletown and with the great work that New North and its partners are engaged in. Keep up the great work during these challenging and trying times, and we'll work our way through this together. Thanks again.
Now, as we move to showcasing a major development in our converting industry, it's important to note that while Wisconsin is the #1 state in paper production, our region is home to the industry's largest concentration. 60% of the state's industry's labor-related income and economic impact comes from our region. That is why we are known as the converting corridor of the U.S. We are very proud to be home to Green Bay Packaging's headquarters and several other of their operations. Here to tell us their most recent significant investment is Bryan Hollenbach, Executive Vice President.
Well, thanks, Tim. Green Bay Packaging is excited to be part of this event. You know, Green Bay Packaging, for those of you who may not know, we were started in 1933 by George Kress. Started off as a brown box company, and since that time we've built quite a company. Right now we have over 4,200 employees across the country. We're still headquartered in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Will Kress is our president and CEO. And back in August of 2018, we had a tough decision to make. We've got a paper mill in Green Bay, and it was getting older. That mill was built initially like in 1941. And we had to make a decision whether we were going to ultimately close that mill in 3 or 4 years, build a new mill somewhere else, or build a mill in Green Bay. And thanks to Will, thanks to the board of directors and the management team, we elected to build a brand new paper mill right here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And we broke ground in August of 18. It is the single biggest project in the history of Brown County. We are happy to tell you it's on schedule. It's going to start up March 15th. We're excited about that. It's an investment of well over $500 million into the area. At one point in this project, we had over 1,200 subcontractors working on that site. It's been an exciting project that we can't wait to get started. We had great partners on this project. Myron Construction is our general contractor out of Neenah, Wisconsin. Voith Manufacturing, which is our paper manufacturer. They're headquartered in Germany, but their national headquarters, their domestic headquarters is in Appleton, Wisconsin. So those partners, along with Brown County, the state of Wisconsin, New North, and that team just made a very strong team along, of course, with the Green Bay Packaging management team and their employees to bring this project to success. And the other neat thing about the project, it is another commitment to Green Bay, Wisconsin, And it really establishes the legacy, reestablishes the legacy of Green Bay Packaging in this area. When we made the decision, when the board of directors and Will made the decision, it was all about, could we do it here? Could we do it in Green Bay? This is where we were established. This is where our employees are. This is the area that we consider home. And so we were very excited to make this happen.
We are very proud of Green Bay Packaging's significant investment in our region. Even during the pandemic, the growth and development of our region continues. We are pleased to show you a sample of other construction projects that occurred in 2020. We thank Stellar Blue for their assistance in this production.
Hi, I'm Barb Lemieux, President and CEO of the New North. Uncertain, unusual, unclear, unprecedented, these are all words we have heard throughout 2020. While they may be accurate, I wish to point out that even throughout these challenging times, we have seen the very best in people. Heartfelt concern and generosity have been extended to support those less fortunate or to those affected by this pandemic. We have also seen many new opportunities. Our region's resiliency is second to none. To highlight region-wide efforts, we created Resiliency and Investors Appreciation videos, which identify examples of what organizations have done to help get us back on the road to recovery. These are available on our website. It's all about telling our story. Now, we want to give you a sneak peek of what you will see in person on June 10th at Lambeau Field. I had the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker, Tim Moore, at an international conference in February of 2020. Tim's message about the power of social impact, treating all people with dignity and respect, and helping in any way possible to support the less fortunate all really resonated with our work across the New North region. Here's a sampling of Tim's work.
Hi, my name is Tim Moore, and I'm the CEO of Diamond View, a video agency in Tampa, Florida, focused on using video as a force for good. I'm excited to be with you guys on June 10th as we look at what is the higher calling for business. I think we've learned so many great lessons this year that businesses aren't called just for products and services. They're made to live out values and purpose. The stories we tell today really do shape the world that we live in tomorrow. When we look at what is the New North, the higher calling, the bigger purpose of local economies in the community, I think right now we have a choice of a lifetime. This should be 5 rows of 5. Okay.
Cameras are speeding.
Come on in.
Hello.
Hi there. Hi, what's your name?
Kyla.
Hi, Kyla.
My name's Kevin.
I am Miss Corley, so it's nice to meet you, Sean. What's your name?
Paisley.
Hi, Paisley. High five. Do you have any idea what we're gonna do today?
I have no idea.
No idea.
No.
Well, this is the choice of a lifetime.
Woo!
Do you know what that means? No.
No, I don't.
Well, how about if you could choose your full school experience from this point forward?
Yeah.
I love it, right?
Yeah,
Me
that's
too.
cool.
Okay. What color would you like your classroom to be?
Orange? Pink, obviously. This color.
That color, this one? Mm-hmm. Now, Kyla, what if I told you get to choose your class schedule?
Recess. Lunch. Recess.
Recess, okay.
I want recess again. More lunch and recess.
Wow. Are you ready to choose some friends? So you can pick as many friends as you want. Who would you like to select?
That's all.
That's it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's put those friends here. Now, how about some traits or characteristics of these people, right? All right.
Funny, I want silly, but I also want sociable.
What's that one?
Friendly.
Wow, cool. Let's turn over these traits and let's see what they look like.
Oh, okay.
So, now that you see the friends you selected by what they look like here, and then you have friends based on what's on the inside, would you like to add any of these friends to your classroom?
Add them.
At first, you didn't pick these people because we just looked at the picture. And now that you know what their traits are, you want to add them to your classroom.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter about how they look, it's just their personality, so I bet these are all really good people.
Do you think it feels good for everyone to be included? Yeah?
Yes.
You know, it's interesting because I, growing up, was always the one that didn't get picked at first because people thought I was really shy and I was quiet, and even though I was really outgoing, you know, people bully you sometimes. And I never got picked to be in the group because I was different. Right? What do you think about that?
I think that I should have gave these people a second chance, no matter what they look like on the outside, but on the other side.
It doesn't matter what they look like because at the end, they have their own personalities and their own traits.
You know what's cool? You are a superstar because you have the choice every day to invite people into your group and include them every day. So it's gonna be a fun school year, right? It's cool. Oh, you know what? I have one more surprise for you. Do you want to see what it is? Oh, okay. Ready? All right, grab your bag. All right, let's go this way.
I don't know, because I didn't expect it coming I don't know to get covered with that, so I was just surprised. It showed me that no matter how different people are, they can be cool.
You have a best friend?
I have a couple best friends.
Can I be your other best friend?
Yeah!
Throughout last year, we witnessed private companies stepping up in a big way. Companies in Wisconsin's private sector played a key role in powering the state's economy and communities. We are proud to highlight companies in our region that made Deloitte's largest and most successful private companies through their 2020 Wisconsin 75 initiative. Thank you, Coalesce, for the production of this video.
Okay, folks, we're on the 10-yard line. Our last presenter before the networking session is Manny Vasquez, Vice President of NAI Pfefferly and Pfefferly Companies. New North created the Intel Tracker with dashboards and other economic indicators to help guide decisions from a business, talent, and community development perspective. The pandemic has caused changes in our real estate market. Manny will give you some high-level information with an invitation to attend an event in late April in collaboration with New North.
Local and regional economic development requires a lot of collaboration between the private, public, and nonprofit sectors. And one of the main roles of the New North is to be that connector, to rally the community around a strategic economic development plan that benefits the whole region. In addition to marketing Northeast Wisconsin, the New North is also responsible for promoting individual communities and sites and buildings within the region, which as a commercial real estate firm is certainly important to us. We work closely with Barb and her team in providing our real estate and business expertise to better position the region for business opportunities. The company has been an investor since the beginning. We believe that collaboration is important, and we know that sites and buildings are only one of the pieces of the larger puzzle in economic development. So we really value our partnership with the New North and leveraging our resources to create greater impact. Pfefferly Companies is a 50-year-old commercial real estate firm with 4 offices in Wisconsin, including 3 in Northeast Wisconsin, and more than 120 employees. We work with property owners, buyers, tenants, developers, and site selectors to acquire and market and lease existing or upcoming space around the state. We talked to a variety of clients, including national clients as well as statewide. Another way that we collaborate with the New North is by promoting different events or programs that will enhance the region's marketability. For example, we're working on a site readiness or a shovel readiness program across the region with Barb and her team to try to better position the different opportunities in the area from shovel-ready sites to existing buildings that can welcome new development and business activity. Commercial real estate activity in the New North has been fairly active. Multifamily and industrial are leading the pack. There is a lot of demand for existing industrial space as our manufacturing companies continue to do well and grow and expand. In addition, the growth in online sales and e-commerce is driving the need for more warehouse space. So we're certainly seeing a lot of push and interest for new space that could help address some of those needs. And the good news is that we're talking to a variety of developers who are looking closely at Northeast Wisconsin to add more space and help mitigate some of the challenges around not finding enough existing space available. From the multifamily side, there is a lot of demand also for housing, I think in large part due to the shortage of housing options in the community. So we are seeing as well in that segment multifamily developers looking to acquire land and start building to fill those needs. The office and retail markets are taking longer to recover. We're watching them closely, but we are expecting companies to really evaluate how much office space they need post-COVID. And I think we've all learned to be more efficient from home or working remotely. So we expect to see a lot more flexibility from employers for those employees who are looking to create a hybrid model of working from home and remotely as well. On the retail side, there is a lot of very creative redevelopment going on around the country, and we're hoping to see some of that here locally as well. There is a lot of vacant big box retail space around Northeast Wisconsin and around the country. So we're working with owners and municipalities, and as well as the New North, to position those properties for redevelopment opportunities, and looking perhaps at zoning changes and use permitting to welcome other forms of development and use to those properties. We have invited the New North to help us host an annual real estate forecast event that our company is promoting and is scheduled for April 20th. So look forward to discussing more market trends and opportunities and challenges for Northeast Wisconsin at that event.
As we wrap up this pregame, I wish to leave you with a message about what's next. Our April 14th Business and Community Development Training Camp will feature additional developments submitted by our local partners. A presentation by St. Norbert College on scenario COVID impacts to our region, and an update on the New Launch Alliance, along with hearing from 3 local founders. On May 12th, Education and Talent Attraction Training Camp, this will focus on our best practices on upskilling and talent attraction methods, the work we're doing with the industry alliances, and our real estate forecast as it relates to places where talent will work. Our main event on June 10th will feature Our Offense, which describes a company that is expanding. This will be provided by Kim Bassett, President and CEO of Bassett Mechanical. Dr. Andrabi, President and CEO of Theta Care, will give his perspective on defense, representing an industry that has risen to the challenge of caring for COVID-19 patients. Michelle Schuler of TechSpark Wisconsin at Microsoft and Joe Kurgis of Generator will focus on special teams as they discuss the Generator Upskilling Initiative. And we will keep you all in suspense to announce the Workplace Excellence Award winner presented by Right Management. Wrapping up the summit will be a high school drumline competition, so please stay tuned. For today, we will end with a message from Bryan Rasmussen, publisher of Insight Publications, on the virtual networking platform that is available for you to click on right after this session to continue the dialogue. Our thanks to Coalesce for this production and to Image Studios for their technical support of today's event. In conclusion, we know it's a new game. The rules have changed. But as one region, we are writing our new recovery playbook. We could not execute on this work without the dedication and support of our board of directors, our investors, our stakeholders, our team, and the hundreds of dedicated volunteers. I am so incredibly grateful. We're 18 counties, one community, driven by compassion, determination, and innovation. We will emerge as an even stronger, united region. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Barb, on a successful virtual event today, the first of this year's New North Summit series. You know, the benefit of attending a New North event, especially in person, is the networking with other attendees. So it's an honor for Insight to partner with New North to provide the Insight Meet-Away networking portion of today's event. All attendees are welcome to join by using the link in the chat or the link that was emailed to you this morning. Even if you haven't gone in already to set up your attendee profile or your networking preferences, that's okay. It can be done quickly, easily. Just follow the prompts and start matching with others through a series of one-on-one video calls. So use the link with your laptop or desktop. Enjoy the virtual networking to close out today's event. I look forward to seeing you there.